Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, The Automation Hub. So today we will talk about how to handle dropdown in Selenium. So using select class, we can handle the dropdown, and there is another way also. Like if you have select tag, that time you can use the select class. But if you don't have a select tag inside the HTML code, you have different tag for a dropdown like div or list. So in that scenario, you need to handle drop down in different way. I will discuss this one also, but today I am going to talk about how to use select class, right? So guys, basically as you can see in my screen, I already mentioned 3 points, like how we are going to handle drop down. So if you are using select class, we have predefined method, right? Select by value, select by visible text, and select by index. As you can see, select by value, select by index, and select by visible text. So these three method we can use to handle the drop down, right? So 1 second, I will show you how you can identify which value you need to pick, right? So I'm using this website as a demo purpose right now. So okay, so first there is a drop down here, country. So if you inspect this country, like if I'm clicking this country, you can see we have multiple values, right? We have list of value inside the country drop down, right? So I'm going to check if select tag is present or not for this drop down. So once I will click on right click and inspect, you can see we have select tag. So right, as I mentioned before, if you are using select class, so inside HTML code, select tag should be there. If select tag is not there, so you can't use select class for handling dropdown, right? So as you can see, when I'm clicking here, so country is selected. So country dropdown is for select tag we are using, right? So as select tag, you can see we have country, we have class, and we have ID, right? Okay, inside select tag, if you click on this, you can see here, yeah. So these are the value, drop down value. Like you can see here, these are the drop down value, right? Like you can see all the countries mentioned here, right? The same way inside the select tag, you can see all the countries are mentioned here, right? Like option value, value equal to Algeria, right? And the visible text would be what? The Algeria, after the bracket, you can see this is the visible text. Okay, so how you are going to identify which way you can handle? You can handle differently way, like multiple ways. Like if you want to provide the value, you can use this, right? You can value equal to Algeria, right? So you can provide the value inside the bracket, or you can use the visible text. So visible text is this one, right? After the bracket, you can see the visible text is mentioned, right? So visible text you can use, okay? And the third option was index, select by index. So index is what? Index means this is the country. This is the country drop down, right? So this will be the zero. But what will be the index one? Index one will be this. So what is the index 2? Index 2 value will be this. So as you can see when I'm clicking on this, so index 1 will be this, Afghanistan, right? And the index 2 will be this, then index 3 will be Algeria, then index 4 will be American Samoa, right? So this way we can identify the indexes. So you can use any way to handle the drop down. So let's create one program for handling the drop down. Okay, so I'm going to click open my Eclipse. So guys, I already just write it down few lines for the common code, right? We use to initialize the driver and the launch the driver, right? So here I already mentioned the property. Okay, so WebDriver property I mentioned here, right? And the Here I am initializing the driver, right? Edge driver I'm using here. After that, driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. This command I'm using for maximizing my window. So once driver will open, this command will maximize the browser, right? So this command I already use here. This is a common commands you can use in your script, right? After that, I am launching website. To launch any website, we use get method, right? So driver dot get method I am using here, and I provided here the path, the URL, the website I am going to test today. So the same website I provided here the URL. Okay. So I already mentioned this code. After that, what we need to do, right? So first of all, guys, our task is what? First of all, we need to click on this, right? We are going to select the drop down route to how we are going to handle this way. So first of all, like we have select class and we have multiple values here like name and ID and index, like tab index something already mentioned, right? Attributes, these are all our attributes. So which attribute I am going to use? ID, because ID is unique, right? So first of all, I need to identify which drop down I am going to handle, right? So this is the country drop down and this will be the select class. So first of all, I need to select this class, right? So how we are going to handle this? First of all, I'm going to create one web element like driver dot find element by dot. I'm going to use ID because ID is unique, right? So that's why I'm using ID and like this. And this value I'm going to store in one variable web element. I'm going to create web element, right? Meant like drop down. This is the web element, right? I'm creating. So select select class attribute I'm using here ID. So in that way, like drop down, I'm if you want to select, we will use this variable, right? Reference variable, right? So that's why I created one web element. Okay, now how we are going to handle? First of all, we need to create the object of a class. So how we are going to create select class object? Simple, write down select. Select is a class and we are going to create the object of a class, right? So how we are going to create the object? Okay, so country drop down, right? This is the country drop down we are going to handle, right? So this thing I mentioned as a variable name, right? Object variable name, right? And equal to new select. New keyword why we use to create the object, right? So that's why I am using new keyword. So after that we need to provide the web element which we are going to handle, right? Which we are going to move on to perform any operation through drop down, right? So I'm going to provide that web element inside the select class. So in that way, browser will know you are going to handle this drop down. So I that's why I provided here, right? After that, now I created the object, right? Object reference here. So using this object reference, we can perform the all these actions, right? If you want to like uh, select by value, you can use the object dot select by value. Then if you want to select by index, you can use object dot select by index and object dot select by visible text. So I will show you one by one how we are going to handle, right? So see, so first of all, I'm going to show you select by index. So select by index. How we are going to handle drop down using select by index, right? So we are going to object reference. I'm going to write down here using object name. Sorry. Okay, so this object I'm going to use object reference variable dot. Here we will get the all the method inside the select class. So we have, you can see, select by value, select by index, and select by visible text. We have also predefined method here under select class, deselect all, deselect by index, and deselect by value, deselect by visible text. So these are also predefined method inside the select class you can use. But right now I'm going to explain you about select by index, right? So I'm going to select this method. After that, what index you want to select here? So if you want to select Algeria, so Algeria will be in which index? So index will be start from 0, right? So the country value will be equal to index 0. Afghanistan will be 1, Albania will be 2, and Algeria will be 3, right? So index 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So if you want to select Algeria, you need to provide index 3, right? So let's see. I'm going to provide index equal to 3, then semicolon, right? Let's run this code and see Algeria is selected or not. So just do right click, Java application. Okay, okay. So let's see if Algeria is selected or not. Okay, so yeah, website loaded, and let's see. Once all the elements will load, the drop down will be selected. Wait for a few seconds. Right now, yeah, see. So guys, see, Algeria got selected, right? Through the select by index, right? We used index and Algeria got selected, right? So see, I provided here third index. So third index what? 0, 1, 2, 3. So that's why Algeria got selected. So are you guys understand like select by index? So if you're providing index value, that value going to select, right? Let's try another option. Let's try another method. So I'm going to close this window and let's try select by value option. So see guys, uh, here when you click on like when you inspect this element country drop down, you will see under the option you see all the values, right? Option value equal to this, option value equal to this, option value equal to this. So if you want to select, right, Australia, like if you want to select Australia, so how you're going to select? Using value. So I'm going to copy value this value I'm going to copy, right? And then do what? I'm going to wait, providing wait here, thread dot sleep. So after few second value will be selected, right? So that's why I'm going to provide here the wait. 5 second I'm going to provide. After 5 second, another value will going to be select, right? Yes, add through declaration. Interpreted exception will be occur. So I'm throwing this. Okay. After that, let's select by value. So select by value. Okay, so I'm going to use this method, right? So how we are going to use? Using the object reference variable. I'm going to copy object name, object dot. Here I'm going to use select by value, right? As you can see, we need to provide the string value, right? So, okay, I'm going to select first here. Under this value breakdown bracket, I'm going to provide the value. So I already can, sorry, Control Z. Okay, so I'm going to select which value? Australia. I want to select. So I'm just copying this Australia value and paste it here inside the select value and semicolon. So see guys, first of all, Algeria going to select because we selected the select index 3. So index 3 was Algeria, right? After that, after 5 seconds, this value going to be select. So the last value will be Australia. So let's run this program. Okay, so browser open and it's loading. Wait for few seconds, then website will load. Yeah, so website open. Just see guys. This will be very quick. First Algeria, after 5 seconds, Australia. Let's see. Yeah, so Algeria right now, as you can see, after 5 seconds, Australia. See, so we use different way, right? First of all, we use select by index. In the second time, what we used? Select by value. So using select by value, also we handle the drop down, right? So two concept is clear. Third one was select by visible text. So I'm going to show you the third one. Select by visible text. Okay. So using select by visible text, same the thread dot sleep. Okay. So I'm going to provide 5 second again. So you can see Australia. After that, you can see the third value. So okay. So we are going to use object name object, right? Object dot select by visible text. Now we am going to use select by visible text. So we are going to use this method. So as you can see, select by visible text. Also we need to provide string value, right? String text, right? So we need to provide string text, right? So just under double quote and semicolon, I am going to provide the text, whatever mentioned, right? So if you want to select this value, American Samoa, right? So if I want to select this value, just copy the text. I'm going to copy this text, right? Copy the text and paste it inside the bracket, right? I'm going to paste it here. So, okay. Okay, 1 second, guys. I think. Hmm. Okay. So as you can see, I mentioned here the text from here, right? Here. I'm not going to use value. I'm going to use text. By chance, both values are same as you can see, but some in some scenario value is different and text is different. So in that way, if you want to use visible text, so you need to provide the text value, and if you want to use the value, so you can provide the value, right? So right now I'm showing visible text. So visible text is this. So just copy the visible text and paste it here. Guys, one thing here we need to understand, so always remember the visible text will be case sensitive, right? So if you are going to provide the same value, that time this will work, right? And if you are going to provide like this, I'm going to provide in this way. So this will give you the error because this will not going to recognize because select by visible text is case sensitive. So always provide the same value inside the text, the same value you need to provide here. After that this will work. And if you give like capital letter is there but you are providing small letter, so that time you will get the error, right? So we need to provide the same value the mention inside the text. So here I mentioned it this way, right? So let's run this program after this. So guys, as you can see, first of all we are going to create the select the Algeria, then I'm going to do the Australia, then American Samoa, right? So this will be the third value after 5 seconds. So let's run this program. Okay. Yeah. So browser open and Website is loading. It will take few seconds, then website will load. Yeah. So see guys, just notice here country drop down. Just see the value. First we'll display Algeria. Wait for few seconds. Now Algeria, right? As you can see, Algeria is there. Then 5 second, Australia, right? Australia got selected. Then after that, American Samoa. Last will be American Samoa. So see, so all the value got selected, right? So in that way, you can use select class to handle the drop down, right? So this is the easy way, right? But few things we need to consider always when you are going to use select class. First thing is guys, try to not use select by index value, because the reason is if you're going to use select by index, like right now I have one drop down, inside the drop down I have five value, right? So right now you are doing the testing and you are providing the index because you know the five values there. So as per five value you are going to provide the index, right? But in future, like someone is going to modify the drop down and someone going to add the value, like there is will be seven value now, so the index value will be changed, right? Because the previous was the 5 but after change got 7, right? But as you created already script and you want to rerun the script, the same script, so that time you will face the error because index value got changed, right? So you don't know which value you are going to select. So don't use select by index until unless like you don't have any option, and if you know like fixed value is there, then you can use. But if you know you are not sure, like value can be changed in future, so that time you are not going to use select by index. So safe side you can use select by value and select by visible text. So the first option will be select by visible text, then second option will be select by value, and third will be select by index. So in that way we can handle the drop down, right? So this is the way guys you can use. And if you want to check like, if you want to see like one second. First of all, I'm going to driver dot quit. This command I'm going to use, so that way you can close the driver, right? So that way our program is okay. So see guys. So as I mentioned you before, we are going to select three method, right? Select by value, select by visible text, and select by index. So all are covered here. And if you want to perform deselect all value or deselect by index, deselect by value, you can use also, like if you want to unselect this value, like if you don't want to select, like I selected this and I want to undo this part, like I don't want to select this, so you can do deselect method also. But I'm going to explain you all these three and you can try in your like way, in your practice you can try the deselect method also. But guys, as per drop down handling, we use select class if you have select tag, and you can perform in these three ways. So I think this tutorial is completed. So thank you so much. I will create another tutorial for dynamic drop down, right? When the select class is not there, so how you are going to handle that drop down. So I will create another tutorial for this topic. So thank you so much guys, keep learning and keep supporting me, and please do subscribe my channel and stay tuned. Okay, so thank you so much guys, bye bye.